Panthéon-Assas University is a public university in Paris, France. Heir of the Faculty of Law and Economics of the University of Paris, and still sometimes called Sorbonne Law School. It was established as its successor when the world's second oldest academic institution was divided into autonomous universities in 1970. It is a member of the Alliance Sorbonne University. Panthéon-Assas University has always been ranked first in law in national rankings, is commonly associated with excellence in law and is seen in France and abroad as the top law school in France. Since its founding, it has produced two presidents like the current French president François Hollande, 4 prime ministers and the holders of 37 other ministerships in France and around the world. 40 alumni of the university have been members of various parliaments as well. The majority of the 19 campuses of Panthéon-Assas are located in the Latin Quarter, with the main campus on Place du Panthéon. The university is composed of 4 departments specializing in law, economics, public and private management, and political science, and hosts 24 research centers and 5 specialized doctoral schools. Every year, the university enrolls approximately 18,000 students, including 3,000 international students. History. Panthéon-Assas was established so as to take over from the Faculty of Law and Economics of the University of Paris, which had been founded in the middle of the 12th century, and which officially ceased to exist on December 31, 1970, following the student protests of 1969. Clinging to the cultural legacy of the University of Paris, and considering that the faculty already gathered professors from other disciplines than their own, most of the law professors of the Faculty of Law and Economics wished only to restructure the faculty into a university. So they founded the University of Law, Economics and Social Sciences of Paris, or Paris II. The name of the university was changed in 1990 to Panthéon-Assas and in 1998 to Panthéon-Assas only, in reference to the main addresses of the pre-1968 Faculty of Law, which are now part of the university, namely, the buildings on Place du Panthéon and Rue d'Assas. It is now an associate member of the Sorbonne University Alliance. Organization. Administration. Panthéon-Assas is governed by an administration council, a scientific council, and a council for studies and university life. Members of these boards serve terms of 2 years. The president of Panthéon-Assas is elected by members of the administration council for a 4-year tenure. He or she presides over this council. The president is assisted by 2 vice presidents and several professors elected within the respective academic departments. Members of the administration council choose the faculty representatives who make up the scientific council, departments and research centers. The university houses 5 academic departments, 1 for private law and criminal sciences, 1 for public law and political science, 1 for Roman law and history of law, 1 for economics and management, and 1 for journalism and communication. In all, Panthéon-Assas comprises about 2 dozens of research centers, including the Institute of Higher International Studies, the Paris Institute of Comparative Law, and the Paris Institute of Criminology. In July 2012, Panthéon-Assas was the first university in France to open preparatory classes for the bar school entrance examination. In 2013, the university set up a distance learning degree in law. Campuses: the university has 18 campuses in Paris and 1 in Milan. The administration offices and postgraduate studies are located in the structure designed by Jacques-Germain Soufflot and built in the late 18th century for the Faculty of Law of the University of Paris. On the Plaza that rings the Panthéon, the building is shared with Panthéon-Sorbonne University. It is registered among the National Heritage Sites of France. The largest campus of Panthéon-Assas is located on Rue d'Assas and receives second-year to four-year law students. It was designed by Charles Lemaire Esquire, Alain Lenormand and François Carpentier to accommodate the growing number of students at the University of Paris. It was built between 1959 and 1963 on the former grounds of Société Marinoni. At the time of its inauguration, its main lecture theatre was the vastest in France, with 1,700 seats. Several concerts have been held in it, featuring Herbert von Karajan, Leonard Bernstein, Georg Solti, Elizabeth Schwarzkopf, Dietrich Fischer-Dieskau, Martha Argerich, Gundula Janowitz, Christa Ludwig, Alfred Brendel, Arthur Rubinstein, Seiji Ozawa, Carlo Maria Giulini, or Samson Francois, among others. The scene at the Cairo airport from OS 117, Cairo, Nest of Spice, was filmed in its entrance hall. The campus on Rue de Vaurade gathers first-year students. It is located in the chapel wing of the defunct Jesuit College of the Immaculate Conception, where Charles de Gaulle had been a pupil. The chapel itself, dating from the 18th century, was transformed into a lecture theatre in the 1980s. The structure is a National Heritage Site as well. The campus on Rue Charcot receives third-year and master students of economics. Southeast of Paris, the campus in Milan, which opened in 1987, gathers over 1,000 first-cycle students who do not reside in Paris. The campus in Milan hosts local first-year students. It is located in the old town of Milan, on Saint-Étienne Island, among Roman and Gothic remains. The Institute of Law and Economics of Panthéon-Assas University is located there. Assas building has been redesigned last 10 years and now hosts a learning center. The campus in Milan also has an extension under work. Academics. Admissions. The undergraduate law program of Panthéon-Assas is selective, with an acceptance rate of 14%. The first-year pass rate in law hovers around 40%. All French universities are legally obliged to allow students to change universities and curriculums after the first semester of the first year. However, they are allowed to accept as few or many students as they like. Panthéon-Assas accepts only 3% of transfer requests. Admission to the second year of the university's master programs is selective as well, some of these programs admitting only 1.7% of applicants. Libraries. The campuses at Rue d'Assas, Rue de Vaurade and Milan host the University Library, which is open to all the students. The university's research centers, institutes and reading rooms host 22 more specialized libraries. The total seating area of the university's libraries spans over 3,400 square meters, and the university's collections gather over 300,000 volumes together. Students of the university also have free access to Cujas Library, which is the largest law library in Europe and which is co-administered by Panthéon-Assas and Panthéon-Sorbonne. International relations. Assas is part of a network of 315 partner universities. Research. In 2013, about €1.3 million from the annual budget of Panthéon-Assas were dedicated to research. Journals and publications. The university's publishing house, Editions Panthéon-Assas, was established in 1998. Panthéon-Assas hosts several faculty-led publications in French. Géopoliticum since 2008, the revue de droit d'assises since 2010 and Droits fondamentaux since 2012. They are all available online. It also hosts a faculty-led publication in English, the Sorbonne-Assas Law Review, since 2012. Joint academic programs. Panthéon-Assas offers several joint undergraduate and graduate programs with other French universities and institutions such as INSEAD, Panthéon Sorbonne University, Paris Sorbonne University, Pierre and Marie Curie University, Paris Dauphine University, ESSEC Business School, HEC Paris, or École Nationale Supérieure des Mines de Paris. The university offers international joint programs as well. It created in 2011 the Sorbonne-Assas International Law School, which have campuses in Paris, Singapore and Mauritius. Since 2013, Panthéon-Assas, ESSEC Business School, and Yale Law School organize in Paris a summer school in law and economics. The Yale Paris ESSEC Summer School programs for excellence. Officially not allowed by the law to choose its students for its undergraduate degree like all universities in France, Panthéon-Assas developed a number of internal degrees in addition to the global undergraduate degree, like the College of Law and the Paris Law School. A lot of universities followed its steps. Rankings and reputation. Rankings. Law. Panthéon-Assas University has always been ranked first in law in national rankings. In international rankings, the university was ranked 101st, 150th in law. Assas undergraduate law program is ranked first by EdUniversal, the only one with 4 stars. It was also ranked first in the interdisciplinary degree law and English. Assas Masters Law programs have the global best ranking from France by EdUniversal. 6 specialities have been studied and 12 of Assas Master's degree have been in the top 10 of those speciality in 2016. They were ranked as follow: Business Law, 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 5th. European and International Business Law, 1st and 9th. Business Law and Management, 1st. Tax Law, 1st and 3rd. Social Law, 1st and 6th. Digital Law, 2nd. Its best-ranked master's degree is ranked 4th of Europe by EdUniversal. Most of the students admitted at the French National School for the Judiciary come from Panthéon-Assas, more than 40% in 2011. Assas graduates have by far the highest salary of all French law schools. Economics and Business. Assas undergraduate program has been ranked 7 in 2016 by EdUniversal. Assas was in 2011 the second best ranked university for its master's degrees in business fields, with 20 ranked masters in EdUniversal ranking. In 2016, it was ranked as follow: International Business, 1st. Decisional Computing, 1st. Finance and Banking, 2nd. Reputation. Assas is commonly seen as a university of excellence in law and is often called in France and abroad the top law school in France. Le Monde des Grandes Écoles et des Universités called it a symbol of made-in-France excellence. The French Research and Higher Education Evaluation Agency stated in 2013, Paris II University presents itself as a university of excellence. This claim is not abusive. The university occupies, in Paris, in France, in the European Union and more broadly, in the international scientific community, a prominent place. The university's reputation and notoriety has not been usurped. They are based on teaching and research activities as well as publications whose quality is recognized and celebrated in academia, and thus beyond frontiers. Notable people. Faculty. Faculty members have included 2 French ministers, 4 members of the French Parliament, 2 members of the European Parliament, a member of the Constitutional Council of France, a president, and 4 members of the Académie des Sciences Morales et Politiques, a member of the Académie Française, a member of the Académie des Inscriptions et Belles-Lettres, a president, a vice-president and a member of the Supreme Court of Monaco, and a Secretary-General of the Institute of International Law. Among the professors of Panthéon-Assas who reformed French law, there are Jean Carbonnier, who renewed huge parts of the French Civil Code in the 1960s and 1970s, and especially family law; Gerard Cornu, who read the new French Code of Civil Procedure in the late 1970s and is also well known in France for his Dictionary of Legal Vocabulary, translated in English; Serge Guinchard, head of the first Judicial Studies Institutes of France in the 1990s and head of several governmental commissions for criminal procedure and criminal law reforms in the 2000s in France, Senegal and for the Council of Europe; Pierre Catler, who reformed inheritance law and law of donations with Jean Carbonnier in the 2000s, and who initiated the reform of French contract law, tort law and law of evidence, and was the head of the official committee for its reform; France.Heir, president in 2008 of the legal section of the Académie des Sciences Morales et Politiques, head of the private committee for the reform of French law of obligations. Alumni. Alumni of Panthéon-Assas have held important positions in the French political sphere: 2 prime ministers, 3 ministers of justice, 3 ministers of the interior, 2 ministers of defense, 2 ministers of labor, 2 ministers of finance and 1 minister of the environment have been alumni of the university. 29 members of the French Parliament and 5 heads of French political parties have earned degrees from Panthéon-Assas as well. Alumni have also held 22 foreign ministerships, while 15 alumni have filled seats in foreign or supranational parliaments. The current presidents of Greece and of the Central African Republic are also alumni of the university. In the judiciary field, alumni of Panthéon-Assas have included 2 former chairmen of the International Law Commission, the current chairman of the International Arbitration Institute, a former president of the Greek Council of State, a chief justice of Brazil, a judge of the Constitutional Court of Italy, and a former vice president of the International Court of Justice. Presidents to this day, Panthéon-Assas has been governed by 9 presidents. The founding president, Berthold Goldman, a jurist, was succeeded by Jacques Robert, former member of the Constitutional Council of France, who was followed by Jean Boulouis, a private law jurist. Next came another private law jurist, Georges Dury, followed by Philippe Ardent, former president of the Constitutional Court of the Principality of Andorra and former president of the Arab World Institute. Panthéon-Assas was then presided by Bernard Tessier, a specialist in social law, who was succeeded by Jacqueline Duthal de la Rochière, a public law jurist. She was followed by Louis Vogel, a private law jurist. These various presidents have implemented numerous innovations, the aim of which has been to adapt the education given at the University of Paris to the needs of the 21st century. Guillaume Leite was elected president of the university on June 20, 2012.